Hi, Free Spirit Beaters. This is Kristen Fagan here today with your new episode of Free Spirit Beading series here on the Softflex Company YouTube channel. Hello, hello. I see we have someone here. Say hello so I know that we're doing good. Chat's working. I've got my screen on mute, so we're good there. Yeah, how's it going today, guys? I'm feeling like kind of a typical Monday. But this is my favorite part of the day, so I know that this video will turn the day around and make it a lot more fun of a Monday. Monday muse, if you will. So I today am going to be sharing a design with you guys using the new Purple Rain Trio. Look at these luscious colors. We've got Softflex beading wire in purple amethyst, 24 karat gold color, and gold plated color, and black onyx. So we're gonna do a really fun design with that. If you follow us on Facebook or you get our emails, you may have seen that we had a Purple Rain design kit that we sold last month. And then Sarah Ayler did a video for it last week on March 1st on our Softflex Facebook page. And we're also gonna upload that to YouTube and within a couple of days here, get that done. And thank you for sharing the Trios link, Softflex Company. We have Damien here with us, helping me share links and answer questions and things that I may miss during the video. So thanks for being here, Damien. So yeah, so we have a Purple Rain design kit. Sarah just did the video on Friday. You can catch it right now, the replay on our Facebook page, or you can hang out and it'll be loaded here on our YouTube channel as well. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe after this video and you will get an update when that gets posted. We do monthly kits. We have a new Flower Power kit that is what we're selling right now for this month. Sarah will do a design video at the end of the month with that, and there's just 2 left. So if you like our design challenges and you want to get in on this month's kit, we only have 2 left as of, I just looked right before I jumped on the video, so they will likely sell out today, if not within a very short period of time here. And then at the end of this month, Sarah will do a video for Flower Power, and then we'll put our next kit on sale. So that's sort of how the whole design challenge kit goes. But since we just had the Purple Rain kit, we introduced the Purple Rain Trios after that video launched on Friday. And we also have a Purple Rain bead mix, which is really a lot of fun. I don't have a sample here, but if you check us out on the video with the Purple Rain design kit, you will see the Purple Rain bead mix. We also have it on our website at www.softflexcompany.com, and those are also limited supply. There were about 7 left when I checked before coming in here on the video. All right, so we've got a few people watching. Say hello, let me know you're here, and then I'll get going with some design work. I'm excited. We'll be using the magical crimping pliers today, one of my favorite tools. Thanks, Softflex Company, for sharing the Purple Rain bead mix. Okay, I'm gonna flip you guys down to my table, but go ahead and say hello. Lydia says hi. Hi, Lydia. Good to see you on here. Okay, so let me just show you Hello, Nash Air. Good to see you. So like I said, we'll be working with the Purple Rain Trios today. And if you're not familiar with Softflex beading wire, we are a stainless steel core beading wire that's been micro braided, and then the color gets added and it has a nylon coating, so your color will never flake off, it won't tarnish, and it's really super strong. We've got 49 strands in our medium, which most of our colors come in the medium. We also have a few other diameters, but the colors I'm working with today will all be medium. The 24 karat gold has a copper core instead of a stainless steel core, and then it is 24 karat gold plated, so it is precious metal in here, and then it has a nylon coating on top. Really, really pretty stuff. So that's what we'll be working with today. I've got the magical crimping pliers. Mary says hello. Hi, Mary, welcome. I've got magical crimping pliers and my Softflex professional flush cutters. You can use any kind of flush cutters, but if you are doing a lot of beadwork, I highly recommend getting an upgrade to the Softflex Pro cutters. They are a wonderful tool. We'll be using these little 2x2 mm crimp tubes. Also made by Softflex Company. Our crimp tubes are double the wall thickness of most on the market, and they are seamless, so you don't have to worry about any seams popping open. They're very strong. I'm using the gold filled color. We have them also in sterling silver, and we have them in a new, we have them in copper, and then we also have them in a new sterling silver black oxide color, which would go really well with my project today as well. I could have used these instead of the gold filled, but I didn't have that many of them, and I do need a lot of crimps for what we're working with today. I had the most of gold, so that's what I went with. And then for beads, I have some 8mm Rondell Swarovski crystal in a golden shadow color. And I believe you can find these at fusionbeads.com. It's not something that Softflex sells, or you may find it at any other bead store you like to go to that sells Swarovski crystals. And you can use any 8mm bead. Honestly, you can use any size bead really for this technique we do today. And then I'm also using 8mm Rondell Amethyst gemstone beads. I don't know where I picked these up. I've had them for a while. And like I said, you can use any 8mm beads to do this design, and really any other beads you may have in your stash. So I'll give you an example. This is sort of my inspiration piece here. And this is a wild version, very haphazard, but we're gonna make all these little fun Softflex beading wire jump rings with some beads mixed in and connect them, and then you end up with this really neat little necklace. And this technique can be used in lots of different ways. You can make it kind of fun and haphazard, free spirit, if you will, like this, or you can be a lot more structured with the design and do it that way too, if that's your aesthetic and your design preference. So what I did already is I made a few to get started. I'll show you them first. So I made a few little, calling them Softflex beading wire jump rings with the gold color. I didn't put any beads on that one, but then I mixed up some purple and some golden shadow beads on the purple amethyst wire over here. And I mixed up the purple and the golden shadow on the black onyx wire here. So I'm gonna make a couple of more of these little beaded jump rings, and then we will play with connecting them. So you'll need to get out some crimp tubes. So since I've done about, I think I did about 6 and 5, another handful there, I would say you're gonna need probably somewhere in the 30 crimp tube range. So if you get a pack of 50, you should be all set. We sell them in packs of 20, 50, and then we have all the way up to 250. 20 probably won't be enough, so I would go get a pack of 50 and you should be all set for this type of design. So what I'm gonna do is just take some wire off my spool and I'm gonna cut off probably about 8 inches. It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm using purple. I'm gonna add on here one of the rondelles, and I'm gonna pick up one of these crimp tubes. So you string on a rondelle and you string on a little crimp tube, and then you're gonna take the other end of the wire and you're gonna feed it back through your crimp tube to make a circle. And it's a little easier when you're working with a large strand of wire, but once you get comfortable, you can work with little bits of wire and do this kind of technique too. But if you're just starting it, having the large strand to kind of play with makes it a little simpler. So once I've got my bead strung on, I've got my crimp tube and I made my loop, and I'm just making them all different sizes. So I have some that are about that size, and then I'll have some that are a little bit larger, a little bit smaller. And by having a nice variance, you'll add to the fun of the piece. So now I'm going to take my magical crimping pliers. These pliers have a notch on each end of the tool. There's like a half circle in each side. You're going to slide your crimp tube right into the center of that notch, just like that. And you're going to give it a good squeeze, especially on the first one. You want to give it a good squeeze. And then once you take it off, you should see that the corners are pinched. All 4 corners are pinched. So you're going to turn it 90 degrees, place that crimp tube, which is back inside that notch, give it another good squeeze, and then you're just going to roll that crimp in there around, and you're sort of roll and squeeze a few more times. And now you've got a beautiful little bead, 2mm bead instead of that tube, and you've got a secure connection. And using your flush cutters, you're going to go right up to that crimp tube as close as you can get and trim off your wire. Just like that. And I'll add that to my purple amethyst little pile. So now I'll do another one and I'll add a purple gemstone. So I'll do one purple gemstone. I'm going to do one crimp tube. You take the other end of your wire, you feed it back into your crimp tube, and then you just pull your tails until you get a size that you're happy with. Place that crimp inside your magical crimping plier, right in the center, and you want to feel it. You know, if you got to feel it kind of sit right in there, and that's how you know. You give it a good squeeze. You'll see all the little pinched corners. Turn it 90 degrees, put it back in again. If you get something that looks smushed or flattened, then you were not in that center. You were off to the side of the tool and you were likely squeezing it on one of these little flat pieces. The manufacturer says to go around like 5 or 6 times after you do the 2 squeezes to get a nice round ball. And then once again, you're just gonna go and trim off your ends, just like that. And I just continue using the same strand that I cut off my spool until I don't have any left. This is a fun project to do if you are like me and you hold on to the little, like if you, this might be a little too small, but if I have a strand like this size, maybe 4 inches, 3 inches or less, and I'm done with a project, I bag them and then I save them for when I do something like this, so that I've got all these little bits and pieces that I can use for this type of a technique. If you're new to the magical crimping plier tool, or maybe you purchased one but you haven't used it much yet, this is an awesome project to learn how to use your tool because it takes a lot of crimping and you can just make all these little rings. And if you have a ring that doesn't turn out that well, you can just cut it open and start again without, you know, having to discard a whole design. So now that I've got some purple, I'm gonna do a few more of the black onyx. So I'm gonna cut a strand of the black. And I'll add golden. I'll just do the same thing. I'll do a couple of these and then we will start to connect them. And you really want to make sure that first squeeze is a good one because you want to see all those little pinched corners. If you don't see all those little pinched corners, you're never going to get the next one to stay as well. Okay. Practicing with this crimping plier is how this design actually came about, this one here. I was demoing at Tucson at the 2 Bead True Blue show a few years ago, and I was sitting there showing people how to use the tool, and I ended up with all of these little pieces on my desk. And so towards the end of the show, I decided to take all those little pieces and make a necklace out of them. And this one I used the copper. So if you're not comfortable with the tool just yet and you don't want to buy the gold filled, you can try the copper, and that could be what you practice with. Did anyone get some beading done this weekend? I didn't get anything done this weekend, beading wise, but I'm curious if anybody else got a chance to bead and what you're making. I'll do one more and then we'll start to connect these. We decided to get a new sofa, so I was out searching for a new sofa this weekend, which was equal parts fun and can I make 2 flaying with 1 wire? I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you make 2 of the rings with 1 wire? Is that what you're asking? If you cut a long strand of wire, you can get a few in there. Kim says, I did a bunch of projects from the Purple Rain kit this weekend. Ah, wonderful. Yes, we are just Purple Rain loving over here. Are you in the Facebook VIB Studio group, the Softflex VIB Studio group, Kim? Because if you are, there's a lot of people over there sharing their projects that they've made with the kit, and every project you share is an entry to win one of our future kits. Okay, so I got started with this little strand here before I went on video. So I started with just this. Thank you, Damien, for sharing the link to our VIB Studio group. So I started with this gold one, and then I attached the purple, and then I attached this black one with this bead, another purple, another gold, and I'm just gonna continue to do that. So I'm gonna show you guys. So since I stopped at purple, I'm gonna add a black onyx one here, and then I'm also gonna pick up one of these just plain gold ones that I did. And I don't have a bead on this one. I'm just using this as a connection without a bead. You can always add a bead here too, if you wanted to. So now I strung it through this loop that was there. I added this little loop here, and then I went back through my crimp so that I made a new connection. And so now I've got that one on there just like that. And I'm gonna add, actually I wanna add a black one next. Let's add a black one with the So since I've got a gold wire here and a black wire here, I'm gonna use this little purple one to connect. I'm gonna string the purple one through them both, string on my crimp tube, make a little jump ring. So Kim, what did you think of your Purple Rain bead kit? Was that your first kit or have you had them before? Oh, I seem to have missed a few. I seem to have missed a few comments. Sorry about that, guys. Kim says she finished making 100 charms for our team for a charity run. Wow, that's a lot of charms. That's awesome, Kim. What charity is the run for, and when are you guys going? And then Kim Laufer says, I'm learning to make jump rings with soft flex is a game changer for me. These connectors are very similar in technique. Yes, exactly. They really are just soft flex jump rings. It's the same kind of idea. Kim Lamfer says she's in the group and she posted a bunch of her projects there. Oh, I'll have to go take a look. I haven't gone in and checked out any of the Purple Rain designs yet. I'll do that this afternoon and take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna add, let's see, so if I pick this up and just see, I think at this point I'm gonna add another gold one at the end so that I'm sort of finishing my first row for my necklace. So let's add, since I ended here with a black wire, I'm gonna add a purple one, and then I'm gonna add one of these gold jump rings that I had made earlier, and this will be the end of my first row of the necklace. So Kim Carnes, have you, what kind of charms are they? Were they charms that you were like adding to something? Were you making the charms out of a certain material? I'm so curious. 100 of them is a lot. Okay, so there is my, I'm just gonna move these kind of out of our way here so you can see. There is my first row so far of my necklace. Kim Carn says, low tide run in California Beach, North Carolina. It benefits local cancer patients. Our team runs in memory of my daughter. Oh, that's wonderful. That is so nice to have all that support and to go out and run in memory of your daughter. Beautiful. So now I'm just gonna kind of play with where I want to stick some of these other ones that I've made already. I think I want to put maybe a purple one right there, a purple one over here, and kind of mix it up like this. So what I think I'll do, since I don't have too many of these golden ones left, is grab some of my gold wire and use that to connect these up to that first row. So I'm gonna take off, I'm just gonna cut myself a strand of probably about 12 inches or so, because I know I'll be making a few of them. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? So I'm gonna pick up a crimp tube and I'm just going to slide my wire. I'm gonna pick up that one and I'm gonna add it to this one here. And like I said, you can like totally think this through and make it more structured and have a plan, but my plan is just, hey, let's see how these look together. That is why my series is called Free Spirit Beading, right? Because I just kind of see where it leads me. Okay, so I connected that one there. So that one's just hanging just like that. And now I'm gonna use this wire to connect. Maybe I'll connect right here. And you could make these connections just a little bit smaller, the ones that are connecting your bigger jump rings with the beads on them. And then I'll add a little more design variants. And then I will come in over here with this one. It's really very sculptural and a lot of fun to just sit and play and decide where you want to make a little bubble next. Kim Carnes says she makes 100 charms each year, and this year she's stamping Que Sera Sera on brass components and adding a dangle. Oh, what a beautiful practice and a lovely way to think of your daughter each year and honor her as you're doing something creative. It really is nice. And then you get to share that with all of these wonderful people that come out to support. And hopefully raise money in the process for more research. I mean, it's all just a total win-win-win. So you'll see how that goes. I'll just keep kind of adding, and then you'll have these dangles here. So what I like to do then is take, let's see, what color do I want to take? I think I want a golden shadow. Then you would take, this one. You could take this one, you can add it to this one and make them connect so that you're getting a little more, you're losing the dangle feeling and you're getting it a little more into this little like fun, wild, I don't know how to explain it. Wild and free sculptural feeling. Kim Lamper said, it's not my first kit. It's the first time I saw any of the videos was when you were doing the Winter Wonderland. Oh, gotcha. So I couldn't get the kit, right? Because you don't see the video until after the kit is already like kind of over and done with. You got to wait till the next one. But you did get the bead mix, and then you got the Cupid kiss, and you loved that. Awesome. So see how connecting there in the center, it made a little, kind of a little loop. And then you can keep adding, like I'm gonna add this one in here. So you can keep adding until you have a nice little cluster. That's the word I'm looking for. Cluster instead of a dangle. Anya says, it's a great design idea. I love it. Wonderful, Anya. I hope you'll give it a try. So I'm probably not going to finish this one on the video today because as you can see, it does take a little while to get through it all. But I hope I got your creative juices going so you can see what the possibilities are here. So now, look at that. I've got this wild little cluster there. And that is what I want to continue to do along the entire necklace. And Kim Carn says how random and fun this necklace is. Yes, random and fun. I love that. So I'm just gonna move these little guys out of the way and show you. So this is the one we did. We've got a nice little cluster there, and I'm gonna continue to do this up the sides. I'll post the finished design over in the VIB group. I also post, you'll see the finished design on our blog and in our emails. So if you don't get our emails, you can go to softflexcompany.com and subscribe. There's a little link all the way at the bottom on the right, and you can subscribe to our emails there, and you can see the full design then as well. But let me move that out of the way and show you guys. I mean, it's super simple at the end. You could do whatever you want on going up the back. I just took a crimp and did a more traditional connection. This was done with the, I think this is the antique brass color, and just ran that all the way up to my toggle at the back. You could, if you wanted to do this but wanted a little bit thicker of a wire, you could do this with the heavy diameter. We don't get as many colors in the heavy diameter, but we do have a few of the basic colors and some of the metallic-y colors. So that would give you just a little bit more thickness back there. Or you could beat up the back if that's your thing and you want to beat up the back, you can do that too. I mean, the choice is yours. So here is just this fun little, I like the name cluster. I will go with cluster necklace or bubble necklace. And now, just to give you guys an example of how once you get that tool and you get comfortable with your crimps, I did a video from Tucson where I made these little connections. They were like little teardrop connections using a trio. I just used in this one the yellow, the white, and our satin silver color. But I have another example, the one I showed on the video. And these are fun. You can make them short, you can make them long, you can make them really long so that they could double up. This one's using the Southwest Design Trio, which is one of our newer ones too, and it's got the citrine, green turquoise, and red jasper colors in it. But the only difference is instead of making a loop, you would bring the wire back up to the point and you make a teardrop. But the technique is exactly the same. If you want to see how I did that, you can go back on this Free Spirit beading playlist and see it there. Yeah. Let's see. Kim also says, I loved all of the beads, though I wasn't super excited to mix the orange and the purple. It felt like Halloween colors. For the most part, I kept the orange colored separate from the purple. Totally, I get that. I mean, I'm not as, some people absolutely love orange and purple together. I know quite a few people that are obsessed about orange and purple, but not everyone does. And I think I probably would have done the same, Kim. I think I probably would have done maybe a hint of orange here and there or a hint of purple here and there, but for the most part kept the colors a little more on their own. Because they're very pretty colors, but sometimes together might feel a little too Halloween-y for you. Next week, let me show you a couple of things here. So next week, I'm going to do a design with the square Kumihimo board. I've done a couple so far. This one is with Soft Flex beading wire, and it's in the Belle Armoire magazine. These two I did here on a video. So this is, you could find the video for these already in the Free Spirit Beading playlist for this design. And this one I did it in a different colorway, but I did this in the Soft Flex bracelet project booklet. So if you wanted to see written instructions, that would be someplace you can go to get written instructions for this kind of design. I don't know how I'm gonna do it differently yet next week. I might use different materials altogether, but we will see. I'm excited to play with the square kumihimo and give you guys another video on that. Let me flip you back around. I'm gonna flip you around. Hopefully I do not drop you this time. Let's see. This is always where I struggle. Okay, we're back. Wonderful. So here, I'll give you guys, I'll just hold it up so you can see where we're at so far. We've got that little cluster there in the center, and I'm gonna make more of those clusters as I continue to gather and connect those beads together. Thank you for being here, Mary. So great to see you. We have a few upcoming videos this week that I just wanted to remind you guys of. On March 6th, we have the Soft Flex Company Facebook page bead sale. We do a live bead sale a few times, like every couple of weeks. So this one is going to be with Mike Sherman, one of the co-owners. He has a personal bead collection that he has been selling off through our live bead sales. So this coming Wednesday will be a bead sale from Mike's personal collection. Always lots of really fun, interesting, unique beady stuff there in that particular sale. And then on March 7th, we have a new video going up with Conversations in Wire with James Browning. So he will be here on the YouTube page uploading a new video that day. There's no time, it's not live, so it just will be sometime on Thursday. And on March 11th, I'll be back here again, same time, 11 a.m. live here on the YouTube channel for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. And I'll be using that square kumihimo board next week. I'm excited about that one. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Go visit us on Facebook if you like Facebook, and join the VIB studio group. Join our email list if you want to keep in the know about our weekly sales, our upcoming videos, or new projects, new products, all of that kind of good stuff. And I will see you guys here again next week. It was great talking with you, and have a good one.